Hi guys, Patrick is here today to show you two ships, and they're on the opposite extremes. One is the Starfighter, and this is right here. As you can see, it's very small. The other one is a really big capital ship, and we'll get to that later. So let's check out the build. This ship, it has bare minimum. We got one hab attached to cockpit right here, the landing bay, landing gear, reactor, shield, docker, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot of things going on. The landing bay here is quite important. It does have two more weapon mounts right here. Gives you more choices for weapon positioning. And as you can see, this landing gear also has slots for you to mount weapons to. So there are 3 optional spots for mounting the horizontal weapon mount. I would say it should definitely be a priority to mount more weapons, but I've chosen to keep it bare minimum to keep it nice and sleek. And we can also build this into a slightly bigger ship, like so. So this is a variant of the same ship. Has 3 engines, two habs, and this hab has 3 weapon mounts on top, but you actually have less mounting areas because of the attachments. The performance is about the same as far as the thrusters and top speeds go. So it's not an actual improvement or anything, it's just visually different. Let's go check out the interior. Basically, not a whole lot to see. So once you're inside, this is all you get. It's literally one hab, it's a companionway, and then here's the cockpit. I don't know if there's any cockpits that's a single seater. I don't think so. Let me know if you see them. Let's do a test flight.
Hey, you might want this.
Pass speed 233. Boost under 930. Turning speed with thruster. It's very maneuverable. Weapon test. So obviously you want to have a little bit more weapons, then you will have better weapon loadout than what I have chosen. Let's see how far we can jump. So I'm all the way on the other side of the galaxy right now. See if we can jump to the other side. Oh, yes we can. So, max jump range of 28 light years. We can still jump all the way across with the small fuel tank that I've chosen. Alright, let's check out the capital ship. I think that's what everybody's here for. So here is the capital ship. As you can see, it is maximum length. Really big. Not quite maximum width. It is just slightly under the maximum width. Let's check out the build. So as you can see, there are a lot of cowlings, and most of these are just for visual. Looks cool, but they do provide weapon placement slots. You can place your weapons wherever you want them to be, depending on your loadout. I've chosen quite a few of the auto turrets, mostly because of the role-playing purposes, as capital ships often have CIWS, closing weapon systems, shoot down missiles or fighters that get close. So we'll take away these cowlings to give you a better look. Okay, top layer cowlings are gone, and as you can see, it's mostly on the first deck, and then we have two pieces on the second deck, and then finally the cockpit on the third deck. Start with the landing area. So the landing bay is a horizontal mount. You walk in to a brig, role-playing purposes. The way I see it is that your landing party come back to the ship, might have captured prisoners or animals that you want to throw into the brig. Will be right there. Here's the companionway with the docker. The companionway is actually pretty important. The reason why is because the docker needs to be on the exterior wall of the ship, and I do have these cowlings protruding out. After the brig, you'll go into the Nova Galactic Armory, and the reason why I picked this is because of the mannequin inside. Underneath those cargo holds are the Nova Cross Passage, leading to all-in-one berth. And the all-in-one berth connect to another living quarters, mostly role-playing purposes. From the all-in-one berth again, let's move this. From the all-in-one berth leads to a mess hall. There's the entry point right here. And from the mess hall, there's another entry point right here to the workshop. And then connects to the infirmary, and then we'll loop around into the armory again. So there is a loop created using this Nova passage. And on the side is a cargo hall. There's no actual real usage for this, but it's roleplay. Let's put the battle stations back. Captain's quarters back. And the bridge. So the battle stations connected to the mess hall by one ladder. The captain's quarter is connected to the battle stations. One entry point, no ladders. And then finally the bridge is connected to the battle stations by one ladder. Here are my grav drive, reactor, and helium tank. So my reactor is exposed on both sides, top and bottom. But the grav drive is at least covered on the bottom by this landing gear. As you can see, most of these important parts of the ship are somewhat exposed on the top, but it's not that big of a deal considering the firepower this ship has. And your combat strategy is to keep the ship leveled with the enemy ships, so that when they're coming at you, you try to do barrel rolls or shift your ship so that the enemies are on the left or right or in front of you. This C-class engine that I picked has a max power of 2 per engine, so you're able to put out 6 engines. And as you can see, C-class top speed maxed out, mobility maxed out, jump range is 25 light years. It's still capable of jumping across the galaxy. Max crew of 10, and I don't know, I think the max crew in the game is 9, or is it 11? I can't remember. Either way, they're pretty easily maxed out here. I think this ship will rely on a lot of the character traits for your character, and what I mean is that it relies heavily on your weapon damage output to keep you afloat, basically. And the crew will have their own traits that they bring to the table, so that's very important to have the right crew, unless you want to level up your character in such a way that you have all the ship traits, the ship perks on your own character. Let's go for a interior tour. So here's the brig, access to the docker, armory with the mannequins, cross passage to living space, another living space. This is the mess hall. Loops around. This is the workshop. Infirmary.
How are you?
Back to the loop. Alright. This is the cargo hall. Up this ladder for the battle stations. Captain's quarters.
Hey, now the party can get started.
And the bridge. One thing of note is that to have this loop, you will have to make sure you don't put any portholes in this living quarters. I have put some living quarters portholes here, and the other sides, and they closed the loop. They put the bathroom back right here, and the loop was closed up. And it took me a long time to test it and to figure out that for whatever reason the portholes were closing the loop, so I took them out.
Liftoff initiated, Cap. Time to venture into that beautiful sky.
As you can see, this ship requires a lot of power. Let's do it max speed. 167, 168. do a boost speed test. Under 500. Maneuverability. With thrusters. It's a hard time of doing barrel rolls, but still okay. And there's no targets, so I'm not able to test out the auto turrets. Guns. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you like my ships, and I might put out a few more, but I think I need to move on to New Game Plus. My game is starting to get real buggy. Lots of things are acting really funky, and I heard that New Game Plus can fix a lot of these problems. So thanks for watching, guys.